Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Kinston that officials are considering an electric rate cut. Now, the city says a 4% proposed reduction is based on an electric cost of service study. The proposal would have been approved by the city council. Now, city manager Rhonda Barwick said, quote, "Through deliberate financial planning over the past 15 years, we avoided raising rates to our customers even though we incurred increasing costs. Now that the final debt payment has been made by NCEMPA, we are in a position to offer a 4% rate decrease," end quote. Now, earlier this year, Lenoir County conducted a state-required property reappraisal. While both city and council later reduced their tax rates, the end result was hefty hikes on property taxes for many residents when bills went out after Labor Day. If approved, some customers could see the change in their October bills. The city provides electric service to approximately 27,000 customers in Lenoir County. And now I want to turn to Game of the Week. It is Friday, and of course we are going to be again broadcasting the Eastern North Carolina High School Football Game of the Week. This week it is J.H. Rose heading down to Havelock. Watch local high school football teams battle it out each Friday night at 7 p.m. Again this week, the Rose Rampants take on the Havelock Rams. We'll be streaming this game on our platforms that include WITN.com, the WITN News smartphone apps, and the WITN News Smart TV app on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, and Google TV. And the ENC High School Football Game of the Week is sponsored by the Kellum Law Firm, 264 Shoes and Apparel, Superior Metal Structures, and Concrete, LLC. And finally, a look at your weather forecast. If you're heading to the Game of the Week later on tonight, you should be expecting some perfect conditions. Not too hot, not too cold. Give me that just right level. Right now, we've got plenty of sunshine across the east that will eventually take our air temperatures into, we'll call it the low 80s today. Some of us may stay in the upper 70s, but all of us are going to be close to that 80-degree mark. And compared to where we were yesterday, with most of us finishing in the low to mid 70s, today in the 80s is certainly going to feel a little bit warmer and a little bit more like we're not that far removed from summer. Right now, we've got 78 degrees in New Bern, coming with a northeasterly breeze at 14 miles an hour. And finally, that northeasterly breeze is pushing in drier air. Dew points down about 4 degrees from 2 hours ago, now down at 58-degree dew point. That is going to make, again, the air feel spectacular, whether you're on the water in New Bern or maybe a little bit further back towards the west in Washington. Overall, again, it's just very, very comfortable. 78 degrees right now along the Pamlico River, northeasterly wind 13 miles an hour, and, well, your air temperatures currently in the mid to upper 70s. Haven't made it into the 80s quite just yet. That is expected to happen once we get into the afternoon. Some areas may get there at around noon, maybe around 12:30. Regardless, everyone is warmer than where we were yesterday, except for Cape Hatteras. Everyone else. Sorry to leave you guys out of the party, Cape Hatteras. But again, you were pretty toasty yesterday when the rest of eastern North Carolina was noticeably cooler. Humidity, though, again, is one that is dropping. While air temperatures are rising, the northeasterly winds finally again bringing in that drier air because the area of low pressure that had been kind of feeding us that humidity, well, that's worked its way far enough out into the Atlantic to keep it from impacting our moisture content in eastern North Carolina. At least not going to happen today or tomorrow. Rain chances will be nil until we get into next week. For now, afternoon planner again shows air temperatures back into the low 80s as we head towards 3, 4, and 5 p.m. Overnight tonight, air temperatures dropping into the upper 60s by 11. We'll likely get into the low 60s as we wake up early tomorrow morning, right around 61 degrees at 7 a.m. Turns to 66 by 9, into the low 70s by 11. And again, well, tomorrow we're not going to start off all that warm. We will still likely make it into the upper 70s to low 80s tomorrow afternoon. Lots of sunshine coming around, but a northeasterly wind will try to kind of battle that sunshine, and it should keep us at a fairly comfortable place. Now that area of high pressure you're seeing just off to really our southwest, that's going to do very little movement. Now it's going to have a lot of impact over the weather over the southeastern United States, again encouraging more of a northerly wind across the east so long as it stays off to our west. We'll see a larger system brewing further back towards the west by the time we get to Sunday morning, but that's going to be a system that may impact us through the middle of next week. Not going to affect us over the weekend. Sunday, maybe a little bit of cloud cover early on in the morning. That cloud cover will likely be burning off as we head into the second half of the day. 80 degrees for today, 81 tomorrow, 82 Sunday, 83 on Monday, and then a little bit more cloud cover returns to the east Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and some of that cloud cover will come with some rain showers attached. About a 30% chance of rain tagged onto your Tuesday, 40% chance onto Wednesday, and then we'll see those rain chances slowly start to fade on Thursday before dropping back to zero by the time we get to next Friday. Certainly something to look forward to. But again, overall this weekend, going to be feeling amazing. Please do what you can. Get out there, enjoy the fresh, cool, crisp autumn air because again, it's one of those eastern North Carolina moments. You never know when all of that comfortable air is going to be gone. Now, we'll have more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Friday.